But if you say like, this TV is the real deal, like it's probably like the best one, you know, like, so it's either referring to, it's an idiom to refer to either something is the best at what they do, or it is, true. It's just kind of, yeah, that's a difficult one to really kind of say, but it's basically if you're talking about the situation, oh, this is the real deal. Like if there's a fire in the building, instead of it being a drill to go outside and practice, right? Oh, this is the real deal. We need to do it, so it's true, right? But if there's someone who's a businessman who's really good at selling things, like he could sell water to a whale, right? Okay, do you know that? Could sell water to a whale. A whale doesn't need water. A whale lives in water, right? But if you're so good at selling, you could sell water to a whale, or you could sell ice to an Eskimo. You know Eskimo, right? They live in the snow. They don't need ice, right? So it's just saying that he's really good at his job. So if he's a really good salesman, he's the real deal. He's the best at what he does, okay? So he's a true salesman, right? He's able to do what he says, okay? So the real deal is, it's kind of the opposite of fake. Right? Like if you watch a scary movie and you're like, oh, that's not so scary, you should watch this other movie, it's the real deal. Okay? So it will actually scare you. Okay? Any other questions? Danny, second one? Touch base. So this is a baseball terminology, okay? But it's been turned into just keep in touch or talk to you later. I'll touch base with you next week on the materials that we need to buy for IT, right? Something like that, okay? So, oh, you're feeling sick? Okay, stay at home, touch base with me later, and let me know if you're feeling better, right? It's just to keep in touch or to talk to you, okay? So what it's talking about for base, you know, in baseball, there's bases, right? First base, second base, third base. What you're supposed to be doing is if you lead off and then there's a fly ball and someone catches it, you have to go back and touch the base before you can go. So it's saying make sure you come back to touch base with me. So you're the base, you're saying touch base with me, or they're the base, you're saying I'll touch base with you. Okay? So it's saying we talked about this, go do whatever, come back, talk to me later about it again. Okay? Touch base.
Touch base. Keep in touch.
Any other?
Draw in the towel.
We know what a towel is. After you shower, you dry yourself with the towel. Right? Okay? So the towel, this is a boxing reference. Okay? So the coach, he's on the side of the ring, and if his boxer is getting beat up, he throws in the towel, and then they go, okay, stop, that's done. Because the coach doesn't want him to get hurt. So if you throw in the towel, he quits. So that's where it comes from. So if you throw in the towel on something, it means that you're done. This job, I'm throwing in the towel, bye, see you, I go, right? Okay? So it just means to quit. It's not just quit jobs, it's to quit anything.
Means surrender.
Not necessarily surrender, just to quit.
Just quit.
Yeah. Okay? Any others?
When I was on the survey line, there a student, he hurt his hand,
Mm-hmm.
and I asked him what's wrong with him. And I forgot how he said the word. He said he tried to catch a ball, but he
Jammed his finger.
jam.
Like it got hit straight. Yeah. So you can say finger. Any sort of thing like finger, toe, foot, hand, wrist, whatever. Jamming it, to jam it, okay, means that something hits it straight on. To jam your toe, right? Jam your hands, jam your wrist, right? Okay, so it's when it's straight on. So if the ball gets thrown and they go like this, and then the ball hits the finger, that's jamming the finger. Okay? If I go to reach for my tee and I hit my finger and it's straight on, that's jamming it. Okay? Any others? No? No? Okay. No questions? You okay? Alright. So, this next week, I will give you the assignment to get 3 things that you hear. Okay? So, and these are good. We have 3 idioms. Okay, so idioms are always hard. Okay? So idioms are one of the hardest things in language, just because, some of them don't make sense. Some of them have a context that only makes sense if you understand the culture. Okay? So to continue on directions, remember last week what we talked about, okay? Giving directions, all right? So we had talked about right? Go straight ahead or go straight down or go down, right? Go straight on, all right? So, and then there was turn left, turn right, okay? And then we also talked about prepositions, right? Prepositions talk about place or time, okay? So, this is kind of an illustration of what the different prepositions can mean, all right? So we have on, we have beside or next to, we have above. You notice that above is, you could also say over, but above is more correct because this is above. It's something above, right? It's separate, okay? The lights are above us, right? They're not over me necessarily. They are, but they're not on me, right? Okay? So below, right? Okay? So you could say under, but below specifically means not connected, okay? But they're almost the same thing. A lot of these below, under, above, and over can be interchanged a lot, okay? You have in front of or behind, right? So beside, in, under, on, right? We're familiar with these prepositions, correct? We've heard them before, okay? So, do I need to, okay? So, these are prepositions of place and movement, all right? So we have up, down, we all know those.
Okay.
Out of, if you're coming out of something, I'm going out of the room, right? Or going in, okay? When you're talking about movement. In can also be location. So, for this one, I would add into,
Into.
okay? Out of, into. You wouldn't say in of. Into, out of,
Out of.
okay?
Out of.
In, once again, that's also a location. On,
On.
right? Where it's on it, under it, over it, right? Over, now in movement, to go over something. I flew over the Pacific Ocean to get to Taiwan, okay? So that's in movement, you're going over something. I'm
Over.
stepping over the cat on the ground, okay?
Over. Over.
So, at, okay? In, at, on, okay, those are confusing, right? Because they can mean different things. Do you say it for a date? Like, on, you say like on Monday, right? Not at Monday, okay? Or in Monday? No, on, okay? So, across, right? Across can be location, right? Across the room, there's a tree on the board, okay? I'm going to go across the room. Okay, so that's also movement, okay? So you want to walk across the road. You want to walk across the highway, okay? Or no, you don't. You want to stay off the highway. Don't walk across. Along something. Go along the hallway, okay? So just think of this one as along. When something's long, you're walking along it, okay? So walk along the street, walk along the the road, okay? Preposition of place and movement, okay? Once again, we have these in, on, under, over, behind, between, right? Between, there's a new one. Out, far, okay? Now, farther, further. Have you ever heard those? You know the difference between farther and further? I talked about it last year.
Further. Further. Farther. Further.
Do you remember the difference?
Yeah.
What one's physical?
Yeah.
Farther. Farther is talking about physical distance. You have to walk farther to get to the Watsons instead of the Cosmet, right? Because you're going physical distance. Further, you don't have much further to go until the end of class. That's not a physical distance, that's a time, right? You can't grab it, okay? So just remember, when it has far, F-A-R, it's talking about a physical distance, okay? Just like this, far, okay?
Far.
It's far away, okay? Further is talking about not physical. Okay? Physical. You know what physical means? It can mean two things. This is a physical object. It's real. I can touch it. Right? My thoughts, not physical. Can I grab my thoughts? No. Okay? So it can be the physical world. I can touch it. But then ideas, okay, concepts, those are not physical. Physical can also mean going out. We have PE class, physical education. So physical means moving the body, okay? So physical just means something that is real, that you can touch, okay? So non-physical can't touch, okay? Time, can you touch time? No, right? Okay? So we're gonna do a little bit of practice with these prepositions. All right, so take a look at this map and try and figure out where the location is. How would you describe it? The police station is blank, the bank, and the store.
Which one?
Police
Number
station.
one, the police station is blank, the bank, and the store.
It's
Between the bank and the store.
Between.
Next.
to.
Next to.
What? Who thinks between?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you think between. Raise your hand if you think next to.
Ne-
Next to. So why is it between or why is it next to?
In the middle, so it's between.
Yes, because we have two things. We have the bank and the store, so it needs to be between because you have two things. If it was just the bank, you could say next to the bank. If it was just the store, then it could be next to the store.
Next.
Okay, so it's between. The drugstore is blank the police station.
In front of.
In front of? Okay. Beside? Is it beside? Because look, we have a street here. Police station, drugstore. In front of? Not wrong. Across?
Cross.
Across what?
Cross the main street.
Across?
Across to the street.
Across the street or across from?
Across the street.
Across from.
Cross from.
Okay? In front of would mean that it's maybe on the same side of the street.
Cross from.
Okay? So maybe like the night market stand is in front of the restaurant. Right? It's on the same side of the street.
Very close.
Yes, it's so if the drugstore, if the police station was here and then the drugstore was right here, then you could say it in front because it's on the same side.
Cross
But
from.
you want to say across from or
Cross from.
across the street from. Okay? So and we use from because you're implying that you're starting at the police station. So starting from the police station. So across from the police station. Alright? The school is blank the restaurant.
Next to the,
Next to?
yes, I think.
Could we use another word as well?
Behind.
Beside.
Beside.
Okay?
Beside.
So next to or beside. Okay? The train station is blank the school. Is
Across from the, across from the center avenue.
yes, across from the
Cross
school.
from. Cross from.
Alright? The drugstore is blank the movie theater and post office.
Between.
Drugstore.
Drugstore.
Next.
Between.
Between,
Between.
yeah.
Okay? It's between because there's two locations that we're talking about. Okay? So between the post office and the movie theater, or the movie theater and the post office. Alright. How about, here's one that we can try. Where is the church in relation to the restaurant? Where is the church?
Yes.
The church is blank to the restaurant. I'm going to teach you a new one.
No, I have a very, the words very long. I already forgot.
Huh? You could say like across the corner or opposite corner, but another way that you say it is kitty corner
Corner.
or catty corner.
Kitty.
Both work. I don't know where it comes from, kitty corner, but it just means that it goes across. Yeah. Okay, so it's talking about across. And I think it's kitty corner. It could be kitty. K-I-D-D. Let's see.
Maybe how about the 十字路口？十字路口。
What do you mean? What about the intersection? Intersection? You mean
Yeah.
intersection? You could say across the intersection, but it's
Kitty corner.
intersection. Yeah, kitty corner.
kitty corner.
How to say that in the center?
The church is kitty corner from the restaurant. So let's see.
Church.
In the people or on the church?
Okay. So it comes from something called cater corner. So kitty corner is just a cuter way to say it, but kitty corner just means if you have an intersection. Talking about the diagonal, okay? It's kitty corner from it. Okay?
Is that on the kitty?
No, you would say it is kitty corner from. Kitty corner from.
Kitty corner from.
Kitty corner from.
Kitty corner from.
So the church is kitty corner from the restaurant on Central Avenue and 2nd Street. Okay? How about where is, or the library is blank the hospital?
Kitty hospital.
The library is blank the hospital.
The block away.
How would you use it?
Library is just
Block away from. Okay, is a block away from. This is 1 block, right? This is also 1 block. And then this is also considered 1 block. Okay? It's a block, which is the group of buildings. But when we're talking about walking 1 block, it's just talking about one side of it. So it can be confusing. Right? Hooray for English, because English sucks. Alright? Now, how about, let's try this. Next one. Okay? Let's try some different location. The house is blank the car. Behind?
Beside,
The house is blank the car.
beside,
In front of.
huh?
Behind the car. Behind the car. Alright? Yeah. When you say in front, you need to say in front of.
In front
Okay.
of.
So, the dog is blank the sun. Under the sun? What else could we use? Below? Okay.
Below.
Because remember, below is talking about being separate from it. Okay? Under can mean my phone is under the pen. My phone is below the pen. Okay? Being separated. They can both be used interchangeably, because I could still say my phone is below the pen. Okay? So the tree is blank. The tree is to the blank of the house. It's to the right. Left of the house? Yes. Okay? Because it has is to the. Okay? If it was just is, then we could say is next to. But you don't want to say is to the next to. That's bad grammar. Okay? So the car is blank the house. So before we had the house is behind the car.
In front of.
Okay?
In front of.
That's a slow entry. Alright, the sun is blank the dog. Over?
No, not over. Beyond.
Above?
Above. Above.
Oh, beyond.
Hmm?
Beyond.
Beyond? Yeah, you're not wrong because I mean it is very far away. It's not like the sun is just right above the dog, right? So you're not wrong by saying beyond. Beyond though means like further past. Okay. So the house is blank, the dog and the tree. Dog, tree, the house.
Between.
Between. The dog is to the blank of the house. Right. Okay. Remember when we have is to the, it's the direction. Okay. All right. The cat is blank table. Okay. The vase is vase walking.
Out.
Vase.
Base.
Yeah. Is on. Okay. The flowers are blank the vase. In the vase. Okay. All right. Now you get to create your own sentence. Okay. What I want you to do is I want you to partner up with someone next to you, and I want you to create. Just like this says ball to table. So you want to start, the first thing you're using is ball. So ball is under the table, right? So you're going to create sentences based off this pattern, okay? So the first one, basket to table, right? You have your basket, you have your table. How could we say that?
Basket is
Okay.
under.
Could we say it in a different way?
There's a basket
Okay. So I want you to do 2 through 5 with partners, okay? So let's see, do we have enough?
Table.
I think there's one extra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, okay. So one group of 3. So whoever wants to be the group of 3 can be the group of 3, and then the rest can join together. Maybe Kurt and James.
Okay.
You want to? Okay. So someone can move. All right. All right. So I want you to write these down. So you 3. Okay. Yes. You 2. Okay. Tell her how to do it right. Tell her how to do it right. Write out the full sentence, not just the word. Between is don't change. Above. Or over is okay. Those are okay. Above, over. Above, over is okay. But then below and under. Both be under meaning. But it just, you can have above, okay, or over. Both are okay. And then below or under, both. Same thing. Okay? There's really not much difference.
Big tree.
Alright, we're done? Alright, so the first one we did. Oh, really? I'll make it a dumb board. Okay. Okay. So, tree and bicycle. What is the tree and bicycle?
The tree is behind the bicycle.
Okay. Cloud and table. Lily, cloud and table. Now we need to have is. The cloud is. Over or above is okay. Okay. Bicycle to the tree. James. Bicycle to the tree.
In front of the tree. The bicycle is behind of the tree.
Behind?
In front of. Oh, no, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then the last one. The dog to the bicycle and the table. Tracy,
Between
full sentence. The dog.
the dog between
You need.
the dog is between a bicycle and tree.
Tree.
Table.
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 Handwriting gets messy as well. Alright. So. Next, we're going to work on dialogues of giving directions, and then we're going to practice giving directions. Okay? So, excuse me.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Yes.
How do I get to the post office?
How do I get to the post office?
Go straight down this road and turn left on Main Street.
Go straight down this road on the main street.
What's showing there? Go 1 block and turn right.
Go one block and turn right.
It's across from the train station.
It's across from the train station.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right? So I said, go straight down this block and turn left onto Main Street. Go 1 block and turn right, and it's across from the train station. Okay? Go straight down the road, turn left, go 1 block, right? And turn right, and it's across from the train station. Okay? So, I want you to practice this with someone next to you. Alright? Whoever does not have another partner, so Jane, you get to practice with me. Okay? I want you to practice this dialogue, and then we're going to do a couple others, and then we're going to create our own directions based off this map. Okay? So, Someone choose A, someone choose B, do it once, and then switch, okay? So,
Excuse me?
yes,
How do I get to
go straight down this road and turn left on Main Street. Go 1 block and turn right. It's across from the train station.
Thank you.
Alright, now, excuse me,
Yes.
how do I get to the post office?
We don't
Go
see
straight down to this road, down to turn left, on Main Street.
Yes.
And go 1 block and turn right. It's the road on the train station.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Turn left on Main Street, go 1 block and turn right. Go cross from the tree. Go down, we go down, turn left.
Alright, okay. Now, how do I get to the supermarket? How do I get to the supermarket? Right? Supermarket, grocery store, right?
Where is the supermarket?
So,
C.
C. Okay? So, how do I get to the supermarket? It's easy.
Easy.
Turn left at the corner onto Apple Street.
Turn left and on Apple Street.
Go 1 block.
Go 1 block.
The supermarket is on the right corner of First Avenue and Apple Street.
The supermarket is on the right corner of First Avenue and Apple Street.
Alright? So, does anyone have a different way that they maybe would give the direction for that, starting from here to get to the supermarket? What could you also say?
Turn right on the Apple Street.
Go straight down the street, but I'm on this street, so I'm gonna go
No,
straight
no,
down here.
no. It's first just turn right.
Turn right.
Turn right to.
So I'm gonna turn right.
Oh, turn left.
Okay.
Sorry.
So turn left.
Turn left at the Apple Street, then,
Turn left on Apple Street.
yes, and, go 1 block.
Okay.
Then you will see the C supermarket on the right.
If you ever have trouble remembering, hold up your 2 fingers like this. The one that makes the L is the left side.
Left.
This one, right, because it's not an L. Okay? Alright. Yes, you could just simplify it. You could say turn right on Apple Street, or excuse me. Now you got me saying it. Turn left on Apple Street. Go 1 block and you will see it on the right side. Okay? So you can simplify it as well. Okay? Now, excuse me, how do I get to the restaurant? Restaurant is B. Okay? Go straight past the bookstore and the hotel. Right? We know we're going past. Going past it. Okay? So go straight past the bookstore and the hotel. Turn left onto Main Street. It's the second building on the left, between the hotel and the bank. Okay? Because it's 1, 2 on the left side and between the bank and the hotel. Okay? You get that? Second building.
Yeah, no.
Diego, right? On the left. Right? So 1 building, 2 buildings. Okay? Second building on the left. Between the hotel and the bank. Right? How would you say it? Anyone would say it different? You could just say, go down to Main Street, turn left. It will be the second building on the left. You don't need to add the hotel, it's between the hotel. But this is just to add a little bit of extra description, right? Okay? So, When I first moved to Japan, Japan has very few road names. Very few. So it was always go to the Family Mart, turn left. Family Mart? There's like 1,000 Family Marts on the street. Go to the white building, you're gonna turn here, you get. It was terrible. It was so terrible remembering because there's no street. But then you come here, and every city has a Zhongshan Road. Every city has a Zhongzhen Road. They have a Ximen Road. They have a. Why? Always the same names, right? Okay? But at least it's easier to know the street names. Alright? So you can tell where to turn in two ways. You can describe, say it's the third road on the left, right? Or you could say, turn left on Main Street or on Zhongshan Road, right? So there's two ways. Okay? If you don't remember the name of the road, you can just say, sorry, I don't remember the name of the road, but it's the third road or third light that you get to, and then you turn, right? Okay? So, describing it works if you can't remember road names. Second road, third road, it's about 1 kilometer down. I can't remember the name, but there's a big yellow tire store on the corner, okay? So giving descriptions of. Alright. So, we're going to listen to this. We're going to see if we can figure out where Amanda's house is, okay? Because this is Sarah's house. Sarah, I'm glad you can come to my party on Friday night. My house is easy to find. Yeah, right. From your house, go straight up Broadway to the corner of Broadway and 2nd Avenue. Turn right. Go straight for 2 blocks and then turn left. Okay? It is on the left corner of 1st Avenue and Central Street.
C. No.
Yes.
Hold on. This is wrong. This is incorrect. This is opposite. Yeah. I was confused. Because, yeah, they're starting from here, not from here. No, that's my mistake. This should be going to 1st Avenue. This should be 2nd, this should be 1st. And then this should be turning right. Give me a second. I'm going to do some corrections real quick. Ah, no, that's right. Okay, no, the directions are alright. Okay. I was reading it totally wrong. Alright. So, from your house, go straight up Broadway to the corner of Broadway and 2nd Avenue. Okay, I was reading it as going to the 2nd Avenue. So, turn right. Okay, go straight 2 blocks and then turn left. It is on the left corner of 1st Avenue and Central Street. So you try it. So which house is it? C, right? Because we're going up to 2nd Avenue, turning right, 2 blocks, turning left, and then 1st Avenue and Central Street on the left side. C. Okay? Alright? I want you to give me directions. Alright. I want you to give me directions if her house was B. Okay? Who wants to try for B? If Amanda's house was B, how would you give directions? Derek, you want to try? about it with your neighbor. Talk about it with your neighbor and see how you would say it. There's a couple ways you can give directions as well, okay? You can talk about them as well. Because there's more than one way that you can give directions. Okay. No, you're not practicing that. You're just coming up with your own directions. You don't need to follow that. Just come up, how would you give directions to it if it would be, okay? Because there's two ways that you can go, correct? You can either go, or you can go,
And State Street.
okay? So, who wants to share? Lily, go straight and turn right. Turn right where? Turn right on what street? On, not on the, you can say on First Avenue. And? Well, but if you just say turn right, they just turn right. Then you need to tell them, go, how far? And it's on, so you're saying go straight to First Avenue, or go straight and turn right on First Avenue. Go 1 block and it will be on your right, okay? Alright. Now, what about if I want to do this one? What can we do? Okay, guys. Go straight where though? Go straight on.
Broadway,
Turn right.
right on Second Avenue,
Okay.
and go straight 1 block, and go cross the turn left,
Okay.
and go straight.
So we don't need to say go straight every time. Okay. We can say go 1 block.
Go 1 block. 1 block.
Okay.
Go 1 block, and B is left hand side.
On the left hand side. Okay. All right. Good. Good. How about D? Who can tell me? Tracy. D. D. Don't We're starting from Sarah's house, so we gotta go straight on what?
Go Broadway straight.
No. Go straight on Broadway.
Go straight on
Broadway.
Broadway. And turn right. Turn
On
right on Second
Avenue.
Avenue. Second Avenue.
Walk what? Walk how far?
Walk
And walk what? To D. To
D.
what? Walk to what? 2 kilometers? You got it. What is one of these called? Starts with a B.
Can say.
You remember? That is called a block. Okay? So, turn right on 2nd Avenue and then walk how far? Walk 1, 2, 5, how many? To D. We have 1,
1, 2,
2. Walk 2 what?
2 blocks.
2 blocks.
Blocks. 2 blocks.
Blocks. The blocks.
Blocks. Blocks.
And
And turn.
no, you don't need to turn. It's on. Side.
On side.
Not side. 左边，右边。On the.
On the
Right.
left.
Left. Right.
Right.
This has an L.
L.
So left side.
Left.
Right side.
Right.
So if we're going down this way, it's on
Right.
the right side.
On the right side.
You did it. That's okay. That's okay. You did it. All right.
Very difficult to me.
Yeah. But you did it. You did it. It's difficult. I understand, but we have to practice, right? Okay. All right. So I know giving directions is difficult, and it just takes practice. Okay. For me to give directions in Chinese, maybe I could do it. I give directions to my taxi driver, but I don't tell him and then just. I have to go. Okay, 下一个红绿灯，右转, or 右转, right? Okay. So, but you know, you get used to it after a while when you're giving directions. All right. So prepositions are hard to use. All right, and then you already know left, you know right. I hear everyone saying go straight. You don't always have to say go straight. You can say go down, you can say walk 2 blocks. Okay, you don't always have to say go straight because it's implied. People aren't going to be, doing that. They're just going to be going down. Okay, so because if you're giving directions and all the time it's go straight, go straight, go straight, go straight, it's repetitive. So you can say go straight down this road, turn left, walk 2 blocks. It's on the right. Okay, it's much easier for you. You don't have to keep saying go straight, go straight.
We say pass to traffic light.
Yeah, you could say, but if you want to pass 2 traffic lights, then it means that they're going to go through the next one. So if you want them, 1 traffic light, 2 traffic lights, if you want them to pass, then they're going to go past. Okay? So you have to think about where it will be. You could say turn right, and it's the 2nd traffic light on the right side. So that means that it's at that one. It's at the light. If you say past it, they're going to go through it and go. Right? Okay?
Then you will see the.
Exactly. Okay? So, any questions for today before I let you go? No? No? I know last year you struggled with directions too. It's a difficult one, but try.
Okay.
Okay? Alright? Yes, Bridget.
2nd floor, I see this the word, but I can't understand what it has mean.
What
I
word?
just write down.
What word?
Because I haven't wear my glasses, so I don't know the word is right.
Life shrinks or expands in preparation to one something.
In translation.
Preparation? You wanna know? In preparation to one's life, I think it was what it is. But what word are you not, are you talking about the whole thing?
We just write down the clauses and
Mhm.
the some items.
Yeah, assign,
Yes.
Just write down there. I just write it down.
So- life shrinks
Yes.
or expands in preparation to one's. So it means that like your life can shrink small or expand to go bigger in preparation to one's. So it's basically saying like, if you prepare for life, life can be very big for you. If you don't prepare, it will be very narrow. Okay? Preparation. Prepare. Okay? All right. Go ahead. Pack on up. You can head on out. And I will see you next week. No more directions after this, right? So you can. Okay? Alright. No last questions? Alright, go on. Get out of here.
Like the parent the front of his car. I want to move forward.
Yeah.
Can I say, move further?
No, I'm not moving. Please move forward. Or you can move forward more.
还有几号是几号上课？
What is further?
Not
More
不是我的意
further.
思说那日期呢？
a little bit farther. Move a little bit farther forward.
Little bit farther.
Forward. You need to say, yeah, a little bit farther forward, please.
Bicycle behind you, you didn't see, so I'm warning you. Watch out the bicycle behind you, am I right?
There is a bicycle behind you.
There is a
Or you can say, watch out for the bicycle behind you.
Watch out
For the bicycle.
for the bicycle behind you.
Yes.
And I don't want they cross the
Them. Don't want them.
I don't want them cross the yellow line because the bus will come inside. So
Please stay behind the yellow line.
please stay behind the yellow line.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
这是第九，没有今天第九，这是第十。